side. Wave goodbye to our hard-working station master out there. And in one really loud voice, everyone say goodbye, station master. Oh, that was kind of sad from the front of the train. Let's try it again. Say goodbye, station master. All right, folks, we are now on our way to the Nairobi train station. Starting off our journey to the left-hand side of the train, we have the large blue and red roller coaster known as SheiKra. SheiKra was built back in 2005 and was made floorless in 2007. It was also America's first ever dive roller coaster. Now, if you're wondering why it's called a dive coaster, folks, if you go on SheiKra, it will take you up over 200 feet into the air, give you a wonderful view of the Tampa Bay area, and then dangle you over a 90-degree drop, making you wonder why you got on in the first place. And then it'll drop you over that 90-degree drop at about 70 miles per hour straight to the ground. Thus, dive coaster. Now, it wouldn't be fun if they just dropped you one time, folks. They actually drop you twice, and then they'll put you through a water feature that splashes everybody on the side of the ride. That, once again, is SheiKra to our left in Stanleyville. Coming up on the right-hand side, we have the small orange coaster known as the Scorpion. The Scorpion was the second roller coaster ever built here at Busch Gardens, and it is one of the smallest, but I still give it credit, folks, because it can take you about 55 miles per hour and through a full 360-degree vertical loop. Now, once again, it's the Scorpion to the right. On the left-hand side of the train, we have the large brown slide-like ride known as the Stanley Falls Log Flume. The Stanley Falls Log Flume is one of our 2 water rides. That means you may get wet, soaked, or completely drenched as you hit the bottom of the hill at about 25 miles per hour. On the right-hand side of the train, folks, we have all these colorful walls and buildings which are a part of the Pantopia area. Now, in Pantopia, you'll find the Scorpion, which we just mentioned on the right-hand side of the train. We also have the Carousel in that area, which is great for all young children. Dragonfire Grill, which is one of our 3 main dining establishments that also hosts our show, Icons, here at Busch Gardens. We also have, of course, the very tall structure known as Falcon's Fury in Pantopia. Now, Falcon's Fury is a ride, folks, and it is what's known as a drop tower. It will take you up over 350 feet into the air, make you face the ground, and drop you all the way back down, free fall style, at about 65 miles per hour to the ground. So, folks, all I have to say is if you love heights like I don't, then you're going to love that ride in Pantopia. We're also now crossing our service road. If you see any ambassadors out there, make sure you give them a nice big wave. They're behind the scenes making sure everything's running nice and smooth. And some of them off to the right-hand side are even building a roller coaster. And with that, folks, we are now entering the Serengeti area with all of our animals, so please keep all hands, feet, and other appendages inside the train, and remember to always remain seated. Por favor, manténgase sentados. So this roller coaster on the right-hand side that they're building, that will be known as Phoenix Rising. Now, Phoenix Rising will be available for riding sometime this summer. And it is an inverted coaster, folks. That means that instead of sitting on top of the track, you'll be dangling beneath it. It's also what's known as an audio coaster, so it will play music in your cart while the roller coaster is in motion. Also on the right-hand side of the train, the large purple tower, that's known as the Serengeti Flyers. The Serengeti Flyers is the tallest dual swing ride in North America. It is 138 feet tall, and it will swing you back and forth near vertical at some points. That means you're almost upside down at its tallest point at about 68 miles per hour. Just for reference, that is the third fastest ride here at the park. Iron Gwazi is the fastest at 72 miles per hour. Shikra is second at 70, and then we have the Serengeti Flyer at 68. Look off to the left-hand side, folks. Look very carefully on top of the hill. You're going to see some stripes out there. That's some of our zebra. More specifically, the Grant zebra. Now, the Grant zebra is a very common species out in the wild. They're also the shortest species of zebra in the wild. And contrary to popular belief, the Grant zebra is not black and white, folks. It's actually white as a base color with brown stripes. Also on the left-hand side, on that small island, we have one of our rhino species. That is the black rhino. Now, the black rhino is half the size of the white rhino out in the wild. It only weighs about 3,000 pounds. And they get their name because out in the wild, they roll around in dirt and mud to protect themselves from the sun, giving them a black coloration. Ours over here on her own private island has a clay pit to roll around in, so instead of it looking like a black rhino, she kind of looks like a giant cheetah. And on the left-hand side, on top of the hill there, we have a couple of their animals. We have the reticulated giraffe hiding amongst the palm trees. We also have the little impala there, folks. I think they're made by Chevrolet. We also have our gray zebra, the largest of all the zebra species. We're also entering the Nyala antelope habitat. Keep your eyes peeled to the left-hand side, folks. These animals can be anywhere, including in the trench right beside you on the left-hand side. Now, the Nyala antelope is a dimorphic species. That means that the male and the female don't look anything like each other. The female, as you may see on the left, is tan in coloration with vertical white stripes. If we had a male, he would be twice the size of the female, black in coloration, with a large shaggy beard and a large set of horns. Looks like there's a few over here in between the two tracks of cheetah hunt on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side of the train, we do have the entrance to the Serengeti Flyer, which you will be close to once you exit the Nairobi station. You just gotta walk over to the right-hand side and make your first right. We also have the enclosure for our Asian elephants on the right-hand side. The Asian elephant is the second largest land mammal on the planet, weighing about 13,000 pounds. They also have a matriarchal society, so typically the dominant female runs the herd. And with all that being said, folks, we are now entering the Nairobi train station, so if you're leaving us, please collect all personal belongings and all children, or pick your favorite one. We don't judge here. Make sure that when you're exiting on the platform side only. That's going to be the right-hand side of the train. So do not stand or exit until we come to a full and complete stop. My name once again was Matt, your conductor and guide, located at the very back of the train ride. So if you have any questions or comments, or you just need directions, feel free to come and see me once we've stopped. If you have any concerns, well, I was never here. Wait for it, folks. Wait for it. Wait for it.